Hi, how are you?
How well and you?
Okay, cool. I hear you have a prison ministry and you go to the prisons and tell the people about God and then there's hope for them and stuff.
Yes, I do. And I've been doing it for 14 years. Initially, when I heard this word, prison, in my head, coming from work in the afternoons, I ignored it for 6 months, just like Jonah. But eventually, I couldn't ignore it anymore. So I went and I found out what it is that God wanted me to do. Anyway, after a long path and lots of detours, I ended up going to prison initially once a week, and at the moment I am going there 3 times a week to tell them about God.
Sure, that's awesome.
I just want to get an insight onto how do you approach these prisoners? I mean, these are like the rough men of Knysna. How do you actually approach them with the ministry of Jesus?
First of all, I go there on a time that the wardens give me, which is at the moment from Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays from 8 till 9. And then the guys that come to that class, I use the dining room. The guys that you come to that class are all volunteers. And when they enter the classroom, they know what it's about. Some of them come, obviously, with an idea of what can they get out of this. The first thing they do is they ask you to get them socks, they ask you to get them envelopes, they ask you to give them a telephone card, they ask for things. And when they realize after lots of years that you are not there to give them physical stuff because it's not allowed either, you are there to help them make a change in their lives through Jesus.
So when you go there, there's no is it almost like a little church for them, or what do you do? Do you just preach to them? Do you sometimes heal them? What's the story?
Okay, I have met some people that are donating a booklet to us, which is given out by Radio Pulpit. It's called Your Daily Bread, and they send us 100 of those every 3 months, and we give that out to the guys. It's only in Afrikaans and English. I've asked for them to translate it into Xhosa, but they said it's not viable yet. So we use that booklet and the Bible. Each of them have got their own Bibles, Afrikaans, English and Xhosa, which I get through donations, and then this little booklet. And this little booklet has got a daily message. And they take that with them to their rooms and they prepare it. And then we read it together, and while reading it together, there are questions that come out. And then we refer it to our daily lives practically. How do you experience this? And we go and we read those verses in the Bible in the 3 different languages.
Okay, what kind of people are the inmates? Like, what have they,
Backgrounds they come from.
The backgrounds is difficult because I don't really know what their backgrounds are, but if you want to know what they've committed, it's anything from stealing to rape to murder.
Just as a personal relationship with the actual inmates themselves, is it quite high? Are you allowed to receive that personal relationship? Because I mean, there's got to be a certain level where they'll start accepting what you're saying if they're comfortable with who you are.
It's a relationship that builds up just like any other relationship. Initially, they were very, very wary of this white woman because very few of them are white. They are very wary and they didn't trust. But with time, they realize that I am not there to come and point a finger like everybody else. I'm there to embrace. But more than anything else, I'm there to show them the love that Jesus has shown me.
I just wanted to know, is it like a safe environment for you in there, or is it still, you still have that level of danger when you go to talk to these men, women, and whoever?
I feel extremely safe. There has been another guy that does the same work as I did, but many years ago. I think it was 2003, 2004. He went in there and he was stabbed. yeah, by the inmates. But I've heard that at that time it was mainly the gangs. When you want to join a gang, I know very little about the gangs and their activities, but apparently you have to prove yourself and you have to draw blood. And when you draw blood from a warden, it's less points than when you draw blood from a visitor. So this guy wanted to score, that's what I heard. But yes, as far as I'm concerned, I'm very safe. I feel very safe. I'm alone with about 14 to 20 guys for an hour every time I go there.
Is there any resources or anything that you'd like to ask for, that you need, like stuff to help them that they do? Like, do they do any other stuff apart from like the Bibles? And do you need any Bible?
I've been providing at the moment. I have been in a fortunate position, but yes, my resources are going down, and Bibles are always necessary and needy. But I think the biggest thing that we need is people that can come and adopt a prisoner. If anybody would like to come and make friends with one guy inside and make that guy correspond with him, get to know his family, get to know his background, and then take it when he goes out on parole. Go and take his hand. That's when they need it. Inside, they are in a safe environment. They are in a close proximity. But when they go out, then Satan and the gangs are waiting for him to draw him back into the old routine again.